Is the FNAF 2 movie based on the Twisted Ones? In the first FNAF movie, there were a lot of Silver Eyes references, like Abby hiding behind the arcade machine and the animatronics dragging William away. But what if I told you that the FNAF 2 movie will follow the Twisted Ones plot more than you think? In the Twisted Ones, we see Charlie Emily returning to normal again after the events of the Silver Eyes, believing her father's twisted past is behind her. One day, Clay Burke comes to see Charlie and brings her to see a corpse with familiar wounds. Charlie confirms that the wounds are those of a spring lock failure. She then finds herself drawn back into the world of her father's old, frightening creations. Now, this leads us into how I think the FNAF 2 movie will be similar to the Twisted Ones. What if I told you Vanessa will play the role of Charlie Emily in this movie? I know this sounds crazy, but hear me out. As we see in the FNAF 2 movie teaser trailer, Vanessa is very confident that the animatronics are out there. Due to her confidence, we can safely infer that she must have knowledge on not only the FNAF 1 animatronics, but the toy animatronics as well, similar to Charlie's knowledge about the dead bodies in the Twisted Ones. It's likely Vanessa seeing the animatronics in the movie would find herself drawn back into the world of her father's murders, leading to Vanessa's hallucinations of her father William in the hallway, causing her to pull out the gun we see her aiming with in the trailer. This is further supported by this scene where she's talking to Mike. This scene probably takes place after she realizes that there are more animatronics still out there. Now, before we continue, there are a couple details that I want to highlight. In this scene, we can see Vanessa's hair down and the fatigue in her eyes. However, when looking at Mike, he appears more relaxed and laid back. He has a new haircut and appears to have moved on from the events of the first movie. We all know that Mike was run down and struggling a lot in the first movie. Now, when looking at Vanessa, it looks like she's going through some similar struggles. Now, let's talk about Mike. When it comes to Mike, he will most likely play the role of John from the Twisted Ones. This is evidenced by this line when John says, "I got a job in hurricane construction." And you know who else wanted a job in construction? Mike Schmidt. In the FNAF movie novelization, Mike says, "I always wanted to be a builder, a contractor, maybe own a construction company." Another detail that supports Mike representing John from the books is that at the end of the Twisted Ones, when John sees Charlie, he is confused and knows that the person he's seeing isn't Charlie. Mike parallels this when Vanessa tells him that there are more animatronics out there. He reacts similarly confused about it all, realizing something's off, since he remembers seeing William getting spring locked in front of his eyes while he, Abby, and Vanessa escape the collapsing pizzeria, explaining Mike's puzzled and likely doubtful reaction to Vanessa's claim that there are more animatronics out there. But we know that Mike will encounter the toy animatronics and realize that Vanessa was telling the truth. So with all this in mind, it's looking pretty clear that the FNAF 2 movie will play out similar to that of the Twisted Ones. But what do you guys think? Feel free to share your thoughts down in the comments. So now I believe that this answers the question,